It's a hey
everybody.
Hey y'all. How y'all doing?
We're back.
We are back. We are back from our little mini hiatus, but of course, life happens.
Life has been lifing.
Life, but in a good way.
Yeah, everything's not all bad.
Yeah.
Life has been lifing. We've been rolling with the punches,
Yes,
ducking and dodging, sticking and moving. And
like
we're
that.
here. Yeah,
like that. My homegirl got married. Shout out
Woo!
to Allison and Jarrell.
Brown. Shout out to the Browns.
To the Browns.
Cloud Brown.
We done had birthdays, holidays. Now we all, we're good. We're back. We're back.
We done been to the Super Bowl.
Did you go? Why you say that?
Looking like that?
Cause you just lied. You talking about we don't be.
No, I said we've been through the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I heard what you said. You
Super Bowl, Groundhog's Day, your birthday. I mean, we've been through all that. Okay, but now we're here.
Glory!
And we're back. So first, I want to see what y'all feel about this new, thing.
Listen, we've been wanting to get a theme song for like forever. Did you say that apple juice was nasty?
Yeah, it don't have no sugar in it.
Anywho, so we've been wanting to I'm gonna say we've been wanting a sugar daddy for a long time. Yeah. But I think we're over the age now of sugar daddies. But anyway, we've been wanting to have this jingle. Let's call it a jingle.
Is it a jingle?
A jingle. It's a jingle. For a long time. And today, my sister here, her right here, has thought of something.
Just on the spot. It was just a little
on the spot. We just want to know what y'all think. Now, we are not professionals. We are not professionals whatsoever. We just want to let kind of bring y'all into the voting realm.
Right. And we're gonna get first five to mix and master it.
Yeah, they just gonna do it because we're not. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. Anyway, let's get to the jingle.
All right,
you ready?
Here we go. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Wait, here we go.
Wait, we don't count 3. Okay, go. 1, 2, ready.
It's the Big Girl Talk Show.
Show. Listen, that's fine.
That's fine. Y'all like it. Don't do that.
Let us know if y'all do like it. Like, what the fudge?
Post in the comments. Do you like it?
Do you like it or not? And if you don't, what would you change?
We're going with it. I'm going with it.
Yeah. Today we actually are live on our BGT page on Facebook and our YouTube page. So I am going to post for some people if you want to go to YouTube and you don't watch us on Fable. FAYBUK. Fable.
Then you can watch us on YouTube. Also, while you're over there, please like, share, and comment. And you can also see all of our other videos that we have already previously done, right?
Absolutely. Everything is everything. We're trying to do better with marketing. We're trying to do better with posting.
Yeah.
It's just we got other jobs and stuff, but that's not an excuse.
Life be life, but we trying to get it together. So y'all stick with us, hang in there, because not only this, we still have merch on the way, right? We got T-shirts, we got
shot glasses and socks,
and we have socks. They are on the way, and we're gonna definitely let you know when they arrive. So hang in there with us, y'all, because we trying. I mean, and because of you, we still here, right?
Word. So without further ado, we're gonna get into why we came on live today. Oh my
God. So today we are talking about the family dynamic.
Yes, sir.
If anybody out there know us, which I know a lot of you do, if you know us, you know exactly what family means to us. Family just means the world. To me, I love my family. Regardless of what we go through, what happens, I can never, ever, ever just turn my back on family. Right. So the family dynamic to me means a whole lot from the head on down. So we're just going to talk about that today. The family that you were born into, the family that you made yourself,
right?
Friends turn into family.
Absolutely.
Work people sometimes turn into family. I mean, it just depends on the type of person you are, the type of person they are. Things just happen where people become closer to you than your blood.
That's true.
And it's wild, but it's true.
It's true.
Right? So we're going to talk about all of that today. So
silence.
I'm done. I had to swallow.
Oh my God. So of course, like you did an excellent job.
Thank y'all.
I'm so proud of y'all.
Y'all, I'm gonna really try.
You get on my nerves. Anyway, so let's just start about like this. Like me and Mila, we say we are sisters because we have developed that sisterhood over the years.
For 30 of them.
Let me finish.
Oh, I ain't talking about over the years. Like it's been like 3 or 4.
Can I do this?
Sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I met Mila 30 years ago, and I'm 39. So I met her when I was 9 and she was 15. So I developed that friendship with her first, and then we gradually started, you know, chilling or whatever. She used me, y'all.
I did.
She did. You can.
I did. I did. And in the beginning, she was my babysitter. She was my little sister babysitter,
basically.
And
then she started popping out cheering. Yeah. You start popping out cheering. So, well, actually, I had to be your.
Had it. Oh, no, I didn't have everybody.
No,
I didn't have.
No,
I'm stupid. Cause okay.
Yeah. So she started having a lot of children, you guys.
Wow. Wait a minute.
I'm just kidding. I don't know how far, but it was a lot at that time because we were young. But anyway, we developed a sisterhood. So she became my family. She actually became my refuge. She became my safe haven. Hey, Fur 5.
JTD, welcome in the building.
So she became my big sister. So her kids, of course, they're naturally my niece and my nephews. Period. It wasn't no question about it. It was just, I'm auntie.
That's it.
Deal with it.
That's it.
Deal with it.
And it flowed that way.
Oh,
it wasn't like that. It flowed that way.
Yup.
And that's just how they grew up. That's just how the household was. That's just how the dynamic was. That's how it grew into what you see today, which sometimes she called them her children. Because when we talk about our kids, we just say our kids, whether or not they was birthed by one of us. Like her son is my nephew's son. I mean, it's just what it is. He is my kid's brother, even though they cousins.
Technically.
They are brothers.
But you better not tell them they cousins. They brothers.
They are brothers. And that's just how
it is what it is. So that's what I mean as far as like you choosing the family that you actually want to be in. Now, of course, sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time, you can't really choose your family. It's the family that you're born into. You can feel like the outsider. You could be the pride and joy of this family. In my case, I was the black sheep. I was the youngest. I was the most
How does that
hated.
How does that come about?
What you mean?
How does that come about that you just get labeled the black sheep, or that you even make it?
How I felt that way?
Yeah.
So it definitely wasn't a label that was given to me. It was definitely developed. How I felt about myself and my position in this said family of mine. Because of course I didn't feel the same. I felt like I wasn't felt or viewed or handled the same way as my older sibling. So, and I could be wrong, but that's just my POV.
Right.
My POV. So that's point of view for you guys. But no, that's just, and I'm okay with it because of course, being my position in my said family, that's how I was able to develop my personality. That's how I was able to be the Christine that you know today. So yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, you know what, for whatever the reason, I felt like the guys that I was dating was always the black sheep of their family. And I've always tried to understand because I never felt that way. So I've always tried to understand where people's point of view was as to why they felt like
the black sheep.
Right, because
it's just that you're different. Like it could be anything. It's just that you are different from your siblings. It could be the way that you're treated. It could be the way that you treat them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily that it could be a bad thing. It's just your personality in that moment. Shut up, you heard it. I'll correct you. But it's just the way, that's how I felt growing up or whatever. So that's what I mean.
Yeah. So mostly the guys that I'm talking about, they were all like, oh, I don't deal with my family. Oh, I don't, talk to my family. Like you're just a loner in this 12, 13 piece family that you got to and you're not a part of none of that. And I just didn't understand how is it that you were made to feel this way? Like, that's weird to me, only because that's just not how I grew up. It's weird to me. So I'll be trying to understand and wrap my head around how there was so much love for these people, and then it ran out. Right.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It felt like, oh, she's here.
And so
I gotta feed her and make her safe. But there's no, like, that's how I felt. Like, it was just like, legally, I gotta take care of her, make sure, nothing happens to her. But other than that, I'm done. I'm tired.
That's weird.
But that's how I felt. And that's, it is what it is.
It is right. It is what it is. That's how you develop yourself. That's how you know how you want to be treated and how you don't want to be treated amongst other people.
With that being said, when I had my child, I wanted to make sure, whether or not he was the only child or not, that was my goal, was not to make him feel indifferent about anything. I wanted to make sure that he understood that Mama Bear loved him.
But I wonder, do only children have that same, could they have that same feeling without a sibling?
I think so, because I've seen instances where, only children could be secluded from their parents, especially if it's a 2-parent household. The father might think, feel some type of way about this child, or they might feel like they're taking attention away from them. So they're made to feel secluded. And the majority of the time, the only child is praised because that's the only child. So I think it is possible, because you never know how people kind of react to different kind of situations and children and stuff like that. That's why it's very important for us to kind of like talk about stuff.
Right.
Because you can feel, because a lot of only children feel alone. Even though they feel, they feel the love from their parents or parent, but because they don't have any siblings, they feel alone. So they go out to create their own family, their own friends. And so that's another aspect.
So in that aspect, let's move on to half siblings. Siblings. I've never really liked that term, half siblings.
Definitely.
But it is an actual thing, right?
Yeah.
But how do you view half siblings? Like, because some people, when they have the same mother, and not the same father, they don't consider that a half sibling. But if they have the same father but not the same mother, then they consider that
a half sibling. But technically, both
of them are really half siblings. And I think it kind of, when people have grown up in the house with somebody, they don't consider that a half. That if I've grown with you, you are my
sister. Yeah, my sister, my brother. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So because that's the dynamic that we had in our house growing up. Like, even though I had a different father, these are my sisters. Like,
that's it.
Yeah. There's no half. What do you mean? Like, that's ridiculous. These are my sisters. We have the same mother. We came from the same place. That's my sister. But we had separate fathers. But I'm just trying to figure out, like,
was that ever discussed? like, you know, we're not gonna, because I always wanted to know, like, as far as like you and your, you know, your family dynamic, was there a discussion? You're not gonna consider your sister's half. This is your family. That's it.
Not a like, we didn't sit down and say, because you don't have the same father that you are considered to the world. As we didn't sit, it actually was just, this is your sister. I didn't know about half stuff until I got older and in school, and people started saying stuff about they long lost siblings or somebody they just found out was their sister or something like that. I didn't know about that stuff. All I knew was, I knew we didn't have the same daddy, but
the term itself wasn't introduced.
The half,
no. And I think that's where the division comes into play when it comes to Black families or any family in general, but definitely in the Black family, because now there is a sense of superiority. Because, like, who's more important?
Right. Who daddy do the most?
Yeah. It's like almost a competition.
That's weird.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's weird. That. And then you sit back like, oh, I can't call your daddy, so I don't like you. Or your daddy don't do nothing, so I don't like you. You like the child who daddy do the most. That's weird behavior. First of all, let's just get that out of the way. And then if the one daddy that do the most come around and he do a little extra for the kids that's not his, then they gotta praise that child because his or her daddy did something. No, come on, bro. Like, that's how it is nowadays. That's ridiculous.
It really is. It's shown so much because, like, you can kind of see, like, the other day when I think we was out eating, I was like, why they ain't got that little baby head done? You can tell
who is the odd child.
Because first of all, the little girl with the pretty hairstyle or whatever, she was all nice and neat and, you know, so whatever. But then you had the other child. I'm talking about, it looked like she ain't had no grease in her head for ages.
And the mama all dolled up.
Exactly.
But now, so we tend to give people a story because we don't know their story.
Yeah.
But first of all, we're physical beings, and what we see is what we go off of, right? So we saw a female, not older, but an adult.
Yeah, adult female.
With two children. She was dolled up, and one of the children was dolled up, and the other little girl just looked like she just picked her up off the street and said, "Come on, go with us. We'll feed you." That's what she looked like. Right. But you can tell that the two little girls was interacting so much. They either sisters, they cousins, or they something.
Yeah.
You can tell. But why? So if it was like her husband's child or somebody else's child, why wouldn't you take the time to make that child look like something before y'all go out? Why would you let this baby go out looking like that and both of y'all look like how y'all looking?
But like you said,
we don't know their story. We don't. We
definitely make up stories. But that's just what we see.
Right. My thing is, though, if you just picked her up from whoever house you picked her up from, maybe she was at a pool party or something. Whatever. If you just picked her up, then y'all should have ran through the drive-through and you should have got that baby onto the house and get her together. Don't put her out in public like that. That's weird. Like, you don't do that. That's heartening because people are staring, and they staring because why? Now the baby feel like, well, darn, I look different.
Yep.
I look a mess.
It always starts, whatever feeling, whatever teaching, everything starts at home. Everything starts at home. And then, of course, if you have children by different men, you as a mother, that's your responsibility to make them feel one.
Exactly.
A family.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what type of relationship that you had with the child's father, whether one of them is good, one of them is bad. That has nothing to do with them per se. You as a mother are supposed to make sure that those children are loved the same, cared for the same, taken care of, and that's it.
I know sometimes things arise and you get in your mind where I'm going to make sure mine, the one I had, is good. And if there's some extra, then I'll make sure that one's good. But then it's not.
Do you remember that whole debate about the guy, the baby daddy brought his child
some McDonald's.
Some McDonald's. Mm-hmm. Now, I personally, me, Christine, this is just my opinion. I thought that was fucked up because you can't blame the children just because you feel some type of way about the mother. I get it. That's your child. I get it.
You only got one in the house.
You only got one in the house, but because they are children, they cannot control that. Mm-hmm. If you didn't want to buy them anything to eat, you should have brought the funds to the mom and say, here is some food or money for the food. How you divvy it up, how you buy it, how you do whatever, that's on you. If you decide to buy my child something more, that's going to be on your conscience. But me as a man, me as a person, here are the fun. I just thought it was fucked up.
Yeah.
I just thought
I can see both sides.
That's just me.
I really can see both sides of it. And again, it's not again, but it's going to depend on how she was acting. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that
so
too, yeah.
It's going to depend on how she was acting. If
welcome in.
If she was demanding enough to even say to him before he got there, your child needs something and my other kids is hungry too, so I'm going to need you to... It just depends on how the conversation came about. Yeah. Now, because somehow, some way, he knew that baby needed something to eat.
Yeah.
Somebody had a conversation.
Type of communication. Yeah,
right?
You're right.
So if she probably was like, oh, and you need to bring my other kids something to eat. Now he in his feelings because
you ain't about to tell me what to do.
My kids.
Yeah.
I'm finna make sure my child eat, and then you need to call them other daddies and make sure they kids eat.
Okay.
But now that's just one side. Now we don't know what happened or how it transpired. But again, even if it did transpire like that, as a human being, I would have went and got 12 pieces of chicken or something
that everybody
could have ate. And even though you don't want her touching it or the other kids, whatever, that's not being an adult. That's not how you satisfy things. That's not how you do things. I would have went and got something everybody could have ate and just said, here, make sure my child eat.
That's it.
That you ain't have to have no conversation about the other kids. It's some stuff don't even need to be said. Mm-hmm. Just here and do better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do a little better. Because why ain't none of these kids got nothing to eat? That's number one. Because you a mama. Mamas get it done.
That's true.
Why ain't none of these kids got nothing to eat?
That's true. Now going a little bit deeper in regards to that, like what if we added to child support to that situation? Mm-hmm. Or any type of situation like that. So you have, say for instance, your mother, you got different kids. I mean, of course they have different kids, but different daddies. And only one, you got two baby daddies, only one is on child support.
Right.
And that situation came up to where that individual father was placed on child support and you called him for something to eat. Mm-hmm. He only brought his child something to eat. Now, some people would feel some type of way about that because, first of all, why you got the other baby there on child
support? And why am I on child support and still bringing something to eat?
And still got to provide for the food or whatever.
It's a whole lot of different scenarios that can take place there. But when it boils down to it, it's the kids, and that was messed up. You could have brought it. You could have brought everybody something to eat, regardless.
Right. Because apparently now you have a situation with half siblings. So now that you have the favorite baby daddy or whatever, if you're taking care of your kids, if the father got the kids, you got your favorite baby mom. There are some situations like that. How do you tell these kids or how would you communicate to these children that they're different? Would you even want to do that? I don't think my heart would not tell me. I mean, my heart couldn't do that.
So I had that dynamic in my house.
Okay.
Right? I had two baby daddies, 4 kids. 2 and 2.
God.
Don't do that.
Okay.
2 and 2.
Welcome in. Once you come in, please make sure that you comment BGT so we know that you're here. Join into this conversation. It's getting spicy here.
Right. Because I need a tank top in a minute. So I had that dynamic in my house.
Right.
What I did, both of them at one time was doing what they had to do.
Okay.
There was a time when one of them fell off from doing what they had to do. There was another time when the other one had to go do some things, some grown-up things, and take care of some grown-up things. He couldn't do what he had to do. My thing was, one of them acted like that. I'm bringing mine something. You do what you got to do for the other ones, right? The other one would do something for everybody. The other one's family would take them all at the same time. Regardless of who they was. I don't care whose kids they are, they kids. That's how that family worked. This family over here wouldn't even take one of the blood ones.
Oh wow.
So
oh wow.
So what I did was I let people show their own hands. I didn't talk bad about the families. Okay. I didn't talk bad about there's no time. You can go ask any one of my children. There's no time when they were small that I had any type of bad conversations with them, around them, or anything about their fathers. Because first of all, it's their fathers.
Right.
They got a right to love them.
That is true.
Regardless of what they do or don't do, they have a right to love their fathers.
That's true. Okay.
It made me mad as hell because I knew I was breaking my back and busting my back to make sure they had what they needed, and everybody else was just doing what they wanted to do. But they had a right to love them. And when they came around and brought the little McDonald's Happy Meal or brought the little $5 or whatever and dropped it in, it was like they had done everything for them. Yeah. Right? Everything in the world revolved around this Happy Meal. But I let people show their own hand. So as they start growing up, they started realizing, oh, them $5 really don't go that far. It don't. That Happy Meal really, I'm about to shit that out in just a few minutes. It really ain't helped me through my life. So I let them understand the person that they were dealing with. Yeah. Okay. Versus me putting it in their heads that this person ain't about nothing. Yeah. That was important for you to do that because of course now it's not on, it's like it ain't on me. It ain't on you. So you cannot blame me for doing anything. For who they are. And I couldn't blame them for who they were either because no, I was young. They both were at least 5 years old. That's another story. So I can't blame them for being who they are because they were who they were. Let me just say that. Right. You were who you were. If you didn't want to be anything better than that, there's nothing I can do about it. And listen, that is the importance of being that solid parent. If you have different baby daddies, like you have to be the constant. Right. I can't waver. I can't change. I gotta be. And that's what you did. Yeah. I have to be that one. I got to stay up late with the sickness. I have to all of that. I still gotta go to work in the morning. I gotta take people to the ER. I gotta take people to school when they miss the bus. I gotta get off work when you need me to come get. I gotta be that one. Yeah. And sometimes I could call on some people, if they had their ass on their shoulders, I couldn't talk to them. That's true. And they would make the kids suffer. That's not good. And that's wrong. That is. And then that's what I'm saying. You have to be the constant, and which of course you were the constant. That's how the siblings, that's how your kids were able to be unified as one front. They didn't see no difference in each other because it was people said not like that, but because they were close. Right. Let's just say that they were close. They are close, and you cannot tell them kids apart. No, and you can't even tell them. And they understood. Yes. Even as small kids, they understood we have different daddies. We have different families. All four of y'all can go to their family house. But all four of y'all can't go over here. Yeah. Really, only one of y'all can go over here. Yeah. Yeah. But they understood that. And they didn't make they did not make any one of them feel no type of way. It was even as little kids, and I saw that, and I really adored that because no one made anybody feel different. When they came together, or when they if they separated for the weekend, they came back. It was like nothing ever happened. That was your doing. Man,
that was your doing.
That was how I was brought up.
Yeah, that's true.
I displayed what I saw when I was small.
Mm-hmm.
And I know my mom was sick a lot, and we had to go to different places because she was sick. And sometimes my sister would keep us. As she got older, she would just keep us in the house and, you know, make sure we get to school and things like that. But I saw how it worked. And the daddies came into play, but I saw how it worked as sisters, as human beings, as feelings went. I saw how it went, how you're supposed to treat your sibling, how you're supposed to step in when something's going wrong. I saw all of that. Yeah. And so I made sure that they were able to step in with each other.
Right.
Feelings, talk about stuff. They probably kept a lot of stuff from me.
Oh, they did. They did.
So I made sure that they always had that bond, regardless of who had what daddy or who did what, or what was going on. They always were supposed to have a bond. And when they started getting out of hand, like, so as they got other friends, I don't care about your other friends. Your friend talk about your brother, you better back your brother up.
Yeah.
If he wrong, he wrong. But you back his ass up till we get home, and then we'll talk about it in the house.
Exactly. And that's important. Mm-hmm. But I didn't have me growing up, I didn't have that luxury. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know I had siblings, half siblings, or other siblings until I was much older. But it still wasn't solidified. It still wasn't solidified until here recently. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to do. At one point I was ecstatic. Right. I was like, oh my God, I have the chance to meet new people. And not only that, I might be a big sister because I was the youngest in my clan. But I didn't have nobody could look up to me, nobody, whatever. So I was like, oh my God, I might have a little sister and a little brother. That would be fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. That's when I grew up, whatever. It wasn't introduced to me. It was definitely kept from me. And I blamed my mother, and I blamed the guy that contributed to my egg.
That's a special way of putting it.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because I can't
contribute to your egg.
Yes. Because unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I can't call him my dad. I can't call him my father. And he was the guy that contributed to the development of my egg in my mommy tummy. Mm-hmm. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. So over the years, I did my investigations. I found out. I tried to ask my in-house, let's just call it like this, my in-house siblings. Okay. I wasn't given the information that I needed to be like, okay, yes, I have other siblings. Mm-hmm. It was always pushed under the rug. Mm-hmm. So when I finally got the it's a go, I just turned 39 years old. So and I did, of course, reach out to one of them. And I made it very clear. There is no pressure. Right. I don't want anything from you. The only thing that I possibly would want is a chance to get to know you and your family. Mm-hmm. If you want to. I cannot be mad at these people if they don't want to get to know me because they haven't known me. Mm-hmm. And it might hurt a little bit, but guess what? I will get over it because I don't have nothing to hold on to as far as like hate or resentment or anything like that. Because I can see if I met them at a young age and then we develop some type of a relationship, whether it be phone or whether it be in person, whatever, and then automatically it was cut off. Because, you know what I'm saying? I would feel differently about that, but I don't even know how these people sound. Right. I don't even know if we have the same personality. Wow. I've been shown pictures and I've seen pictures online or whatever. We look alike because it has been proven that this person that has contributed to my egg is my 100% biological donor. Mm-hmm. So that's why we look alike. Mm-hmm. But if I would have known this as a child, I think my upbringing even if he didn't want anything to do with me, even if that was not even in the question, and they still wanted a relationship with me, I think my upbringing and my childhood would have been a bit better. Because I would have had something to look forward to, other than coming home to the, emptiness of my, well, I ain't gonna say, emptiness and only my imagination. Wow. Because there was a big age gap in my siblings. So I didn't really have anything in common with them. Yeah. And because my middle sibling was already claimed by the other family, we never really grew up on one accord. So I was by myself. And that's why I think I really clung to you guys, or clung to you, because I was like, hey, somebody do like me. Hello. Let me just run in that direction. But yeah, that's just have siblings and let's say in-house siblings. If that is determined early on, you do have an opportunity or a chance to develop a relationship. I mean, I hope I do have that opportunity to even talk to them or explain or whatever. If not, I can't have any resentment. Right. Because that would be wrong of me to have any type of resentment. Right. Wow. That's weird. That and nobody's reached back out or anything. Not as of yet. Not as of yet, because I mean, if it was me, if the shoe was on the other foot, I probably wouldn't reach out directly either. I would kind of do my research. Like, who the hell is this female talking about she my sister? Right. Like, and then especially after the guy that has contributed to my egg has passed away. Yeah, that has passed away. Like, what does she want? So that's what I'm dealing with right now. What's wrong? What you got going on? I'm trying to see why we're not showing. Because it didn't put us on. We're strictly on YouTube Live. Yeah, it's strictly on YouTube Live. Okay. Sorry guys. I'm so sorry. That's my mistake. I thought I was able to go live on Facebook and YouTube. There was a point where I was able to, but it only started on YouTube. Okay. All right. So yeah. Sorry. So all right. So definitely looking forward to those updates. Hopefully if you get some. Let's talk about with that what you're talking about, just finding out that you're having siblings. Let's talk about how we think about adoption when you find out that you're adopted and you're looking for that family out there that you haven't found yet. Now, I don't know anything about this person. I don't either. But I'm just thinking like maybe that's about the same dynamic, because they don't have anything to hold on to. Right. Now, they do have a lot of resentment because, first of all, they were giving up. They don't know why, what was wrong with them. Things like that. But I'm wondering if it's that same, because they don't have anything really concrete. All they know is it's possibly some people out there that I'm related to. Yeah, because the scenarios are freaking endless with adoption. It could be drug related. They could have been forced to give up their child, or they could have been too young, forcefully given up, or they probably just didn't want the baby. And then as the new parents or the adoptive parents, how do you take on, how do you even consider the fact that you're going to tell this child when this child is of age that you're really not mine? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be biologically. Yes. You don't have any blood. We don't have any blood in common. Let's just say that. And do you, I'm pretty sure different races would actually have to. You can't be a white family adopting a black kid and just all their life they don't know their heritage. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I wish that's a hard conversation, I'm sure. It is to have, because you don't know the reaction of the child. When you sit down to have that conversation with your child, somebody you've raised possibly from birth, how are you supposed to? I don't even know the setup
of how I'm supposed to tell you this. Like,
that's crazy.
Because especially if you wait too long, and they're gonna be mad at you because all this time you got me calling you mama.
You ain't even my mama, right. Like that.
So I think it definitely probably should happen before teenage years.
Definitely, as soon as they're able to comprehend the importance of family, I would say like 10, 11, when they're able to comprehend conversation. Let's just say that. And I'm not giving no advice. This is just what I would do if the situation, if it happened to me. Yeah, basically. But yes, I can definitely see the similarities because being not a part of a family that you're supposed to is questionable. Like, why wasn't I good enough to be in this family? Mm-hmm. Do I look so much different? Did I ruin something? Because at that time, I did, of course, feel like I was the reason for the divorce. Mm-hmm. Because I was the youngest child. I was again, my feelings, I was the least cared for. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, maybe it was just me.
And an inconvenience.
Yes, definitely an inconvenience. That's how I felt. So I did have a lot of issues internally growing up. I battled suicide early on. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be out of here. Because I was just like, what? Why am I even breathing? Right. Like, I don't know. My mama or my daddy, like, y'all can't get along enough to tell me I have another family or how important I am. Like, why am I here? Mm-hmm. So it's very important to talk to your kids. It doesn't really matter how you feel about the other parent if y'all not together. It's important to let that child know that you care for them.
Exactly. That is the most important thing. Like, you got to put all pride to the side.
Yes, ma'am.
And make sure your child at least can grow up with some love.
At least.
At the very least.
At the very least.
Some love. So, pushing that over into abandonment issues.
Definitely.
You dealt with those too?
Yes. Of course I have. Mm-hmm. And I think that's relevant in regards to my dating. And I wanted to feel accepted so much, not just in romantic relationships, but my friendships, people that I work with. I wanted to be accepted so much that I lost focus on the task at hand, which of course was me.
Right.
So I had got to a point where I just said, you know what, fuck it. I don't care about nobody. Mm-hmm. And I started seeing, like, when I started really, really dating, serial dating, or was seriously dating people, I was attaching myself to these men automatically. Mm-hmm. Like, because I did not want to feel that anymore. That for a child to feel abandoned or not look, that is like the pits of hell. Mm-hmm. That is fucking hurtful. It really is. So I've dealt with it. And here in the past couple of years, and it's crazy. It takes a while not to even get over it, but to acknowledge it and work through it. Mm-hmm. And that's where I'm at now. Okay. Fuck y'all. Oh, yeah, basically. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's like that. That's where you are. It's like that.
So, I never dealt with abandonment in early years. Mm-hmm. But I took a test at work because we were trying to see how we like to be praised at work. That's the whole dynamic for the test. Mm-hmm. And apparently, I like to feel like I belong to the team.
Okay.
So I feel like I started to have a little bit of abandonment when people started dying.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I feel like that's what I'm kind of going through now. Uh-huh. And I don't know why I would link it up with abandonment, but I feel like people are leaving me. And I don't like that. Yeah. I know I can't control it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not quite ready to go with them.
Right.
But I feel like they are leaving me. And because there's nothing I can do, because there's a higher power in place that is doing this, that I can't even begin to understand or question.
You feel kind of helpless.
Like, I feel like and because I don't know who's next, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whirlwind that I live in. Mm-hmm. It's like people are leaving. I understand the people that are gone, but if it could just be nobody else, I think I'll be okay. And I know that'll never happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm living in right now.
It's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get it.
And I don't want to live in fear. I know we're not supposed to do that. I don't want to live in that type of fear. I had fear of dying, but I don't even really have that fear now. I have fear of losing my next close person.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I get it. I definitely get it. Because like I'm just like, Lord, I don't know if I can take one more person. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I definitely get it. You feel useless, and you feel like, me? I feel like, is it because of me?
Right, girl. When I tell you, every time I hit that highway coming down to Atlanta, something happened, and I had to go right back to Spartanburg. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Lord, if it's because I keep leaving Spartanburg, I
have to go back.
Stop leaving, and I'll go back. Because every time I come, somebody leaves me. And I was like, but then while I was there, I felt suffocated. I felt lifeless. Mm-hmm. I felt like I could not concentrate on anything.
Right.
And I knew I had to go. Because first of all, he told me to leave the first time.
Yeah.
I want to say it is his divine plan.
Yeah. Okay.
I know it is, because some things I probably just couldn't have been in the room for.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's carnal. And I didn't even cut you off, but that's carnal. Yeah. Like, you really think it could be me, but it's literally on the other hand. God said, just get away from it. I'm trying to save you. Just go. But in your mind, like,
if I would have just... And there was nothing you could do. Nothing you could do.
Nothing at all.
I battled with that. I battled with that.
Yeah.
And I ain't even put no ED on it. I battled with that. I think of it. I find myself sometimes daydreaming, thinking about if I was just there. If I could have just been there.
Yeah.
What you was gonna do? What you was gonna do?
You can't do anything.
Mm-mm. So yeah, that's abandonment. That's what we was at.
Yeah, abandonment, but it ties into everything. Hey, Mandelion. She struggled with your name, my guy. But listen, so that comes into full circle. I get it, abandonment, but also the family dynamic. Yeah. Because you're such a family person, you always are wanting to be accepted, acknowledged by your family, love, because that's what you were given, and that's all you want to give. So it's understandable. But that's why I put so much emphasis on the current family that I have now. Like you said, I have the same fears. Mine's a little different. I have literally battled with the fear of dying. That's inevitable.
Right.
So my current, what I'm actually working through now is leaving people. It's not the fact of me dying. It's my effect on people that I've left.
Right.
I don't want nobody to be sad. Of course, that's gonna happen.
Right. I don't want to leave stuff undone,
unsaid, unforgiven,
I don't want to leave stuff undone. That's my thing. I always want to make sure I got stuff in place. I got my life insurance stuff in place. I got all my daddy's stuff is in place. Yes. And if I leave today, his stuff is on auto pay, and everything is, don't nobody have to figure it out.
Right. I definitely don't want nobody to figure out nothing.
I don't want you to have to figure that out.
Burn me up in the ashes and go on about your life. That's it. And then that's just where I'm at in regards to my family, and because I don't want y'all to be like, you know what, she didn't leave this. How am I gonna do that? No. That's already, here you go. That's already done. It's already done, and that's it.
Now, so it's probably very important for us now to get a will. Now, you know, Black folks normally think about a will as leaving people things, your items,
estate.
I don't have all that, but I still need a will because I want
instructions.
I want my stuff carried out to the T. And I think it's very important for us to have those things
definitely
to put in place.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do that, and real soon. Living will and a whatever the regular will is called.
Yeah, I think it's called a will.
Will
and a will.
No, will and a will and a will. So we really just have to get those things done so that your wishes will be carried out.
Yeah.
By the law of the land. Because you know, when you tell people what you want, they're gonna do what they want to do anyway. Because you tell me something, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna carry it out I want to carry.
You got instructions. You know who not coming. You better not let them do. I'm not. I got a list and pictures of people that I don't want at my funeral. I'm tell you that right now.
So
now, what you got on them?
So, what your list is?
I put it to the side, girl.
So, and speaking about that, we want to move on to the relationship. Okay, go ahead.
Everything that I got on, we already discussed.
it. So let's move on to relationship.
Okay.
Well, we talked a little bit about this already.
Okay.
Especially about the relationship with the siblings, but let's move. Let's just move past it. Losing family we just talked about. And so family reunions.
It's a family reunion.
People don't have family. I heard they do it again.
It ain't gonna come out.
It's a big girl talk show.
Listen, y'all, we joke. But yes, family reunions. They don't. Listen, I don't know. How important is it to have a family reunion? Especially if half of your family you don't like.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me, girl.
So my family, me growing up in my family. This why
you don't like talking to me. Okay.
This is why. This is why I need y'all to be here, because I don't like talking about myself. Yeah. Me growing up in my family, we had a family reunion all the time.
Okay.
We had physical planned family reunions, I think maybe once every 4 years or something like that.
Okay.
But our immediate family, as far as my grandma, children, which was my aunts and uncles and my mama down, and then all the grandchildren, we had those types of things all the time. Mm-hmm. Every Sunday we was at my grandma. Everybody was at my grandma's house because she cooked. Every holiday we was at Aunt Reese's house and Uncle Will's house. Every holiday we was there, and then sometimes we would go over my Uncle Leroy's house.
Okay.
But the family never stopped like being with each other. I don't care what happened, what things transpired, the family was always together. Now, people started dying out, and we lost my holiday auntie. So we had to bigger. Mm-hmm, we lost my holiday auntie, so we had to transition to, different houses or what have you, whatnot. We've lost other members of the family. So my family growing up, and I'm talking about my grandma's down, that side of the family, we just have not gotten together. Now, I will say my oldest cousin called me and he said, look here, we ain't got together. We need to do a cousin thing. Yeah, a cousin cookout.
A cousin.
I'm ready for that. I don't know when he gonna do it, but he want to do a cousin. He said, "Oh, we ain't gonna want no aunties, no uncles.
It's just cousins.
It's the first cousins cookout, and who you."
Now y'all wrong for that.
What?
You mean like first cousins, like that's it, or it's just gonna be like the first annual?
The first cousins.
What about the second and third cousins?
See, that ain't what it was when we was growing up. All the first cousins was at grandma's house.
Y'all prejudiced.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that.
See what I'm talking about?
Even our children, it's just Hattie Mae's children's children. All the original grandchildren.
So it's gonna be up to the second cousins to get together and have.
They're gonna have to do what they do.
Y'all better not come. Y'all better not show.
They gonna do what they do. But I'm excited about it because we have not been together in forever in 3 days. And I want that because I miss my family, especially because our parents are dying out. We haven't been, only time we see each other is at somebody's funeral. And a couple of us done moved away. I'm ready for everybody to get together.
I like that though. I like that cousin concept. See, me, I would include every cousin. But I like that cousin cookout. Can I go?
Yeah,
I'm somebody's cousin.
You somebody's cousin.
Gonna be.
So I like that, and the fact that he wants to get that together. But I'm saying, like, the family reunions, man. Right now, if we had a family reunion, I wouldn't know who child was who.
No.
And because they, first of all, they done grew up and had kids of their own.
Yes, absolutely.
So I definitely wouldn't know who nobody was.
Right. We had our first attempt at a family reunion in my family a couple years ago.
You're just gonna pause right there.
That's it.
Oh, so it was an attempt, or it was
okay. It was done. Okay, it was done, and I got to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in years. But I still didn't know them. If we had like a regular kind of like situation, I would be like in a better place.
So when everybody got together, they just got together. There was no formal introductions of who your cousins are, who.
Not while I was there, because I bounced. Yeah, I had to go. Yeah.
All right.
I got my child. We left.
Oh, okay. So so that was the attempt.
That was the attempt for me.
Is there another one coming soon?
I don't know. I'm not in that group chat. I mean, but I'll be happy to be included. Whatever. But even with the family reunion, it like, I can't really talk about it because I've been invited to other people's family and I can kind of see where, oh my God, Allison, when I tell you they don't play about family.
Yeah, they gets down.
Oh my goodness, that is what I inspire to be like. Because when I say that family, that's family. Period. Point blank. You know who your cousin is, who your auntie is. You know who your auntie married the third time. They kids, all of them. They have family reunions. They have family get-togethers. Oh my God, Allison has a very beautiful family.
I love it.
I love it.
And when everybody can get together and be loud and talk and laugh and drink and dance and do all that together, and ain't nobody sitting around looking stupid or in the corner talking about nobody.
Absolutely.
I love it.
I do. Let's bring that back.
Yeah.
Because we're losing, of course, our what you call it? Is it matriarchs?
Matriarchs, yeah. And that's another thing. There, first of all, even if they was still here, even the ones that's still here,
they're not being honored.
They don't deserve to be honored. First of all,
hello.
The ones that are left here, Big Mama's gone, right? She been gone for a long time.
Long time.
A long time. Then we had the one up under that. The grandmas nowadays, the great grandmas nowadays, they don't deserve this honor that Big Mama used to have. They don't deserve that respect. There's no elder respect anymore. Because why? Because you want to be on the little kids levels.
Yeah, you want to be relevant. Oh,
you want to rap and all this stuff. Where's the wisdom? Where's the mothers? Can somebody find the mothers?
Please.
Because they used to sit the little girls down And they used to have a talk with them.
Girl,
let them know how marriage works. Let them know how love works.
Oh my God, marriage is. I think marriage is dying out.
People don't even want to be married anymore. They just want to be together.
They just want to be together. Like Lord Jesus.
They just want to be together. And as long as you can say you with me and we go out and we have a good time and we sleep together in the same bed, we're good. No, we're not good.
We're not good. There's no
we're not good. Because when something happened, if something happened to you, and one of your family members put me down as the special friend.
Oh, it's over with. And guess what? It ain't gonna be no more fume. It ain't gonna be no fume.
When I'm gonna cut up. Ain't no special friend.
I am married to him.
Girl, people don't want to be married no more.
Marriage marriage was supposed to be so like sacred. It's supposed to be unity between these two people and the joining of those said families. Oh my God, like you don't even talk to the wife people and vice versa
to the mother-in-law or I can't do it. I have to have a stable, happy family. A cordial, happy family.
Cordial. Yeah, you can speak to me, come over for dinner, all that good stuff. And then even with marriage, as far as like the family dynamic, whole thing, right? Let's just talk about this. Your husband has 4 kids, right? You have 3. Y'all know this. Y'all still decide to unite these two families. There's still, or it could be, favoritism. Because now we're not even talking about half siblings. These are your steps now. And depending on how you were brought up, how you love your kids, and how much you love your spouse now, is how much it's going to be displayed to those kids. Because some people might think it's insulting to say, oh yeah, this is my stepdaughter. Or my step boy, my stepson, whatever.
Because they call them bonus kids now. Or even just their child. But then sometimes when you call them your child, the child might be like, no, I'm not yours.
So that's going to be your fault because you need to know your relationship with that child.
You're right.
You can't just start saying, oh yeah, this is my child. You need to have, especially if they're up in age, when they come into your life, you still have to build a relationship with them. Just because you're married to that person, you don't automatically have to take emotional responsibility for them because that spouse says so. It's going to be your doing
to build that with their child.
Because now, do I have to force you to like my kid? Right. No, absolutely not. If you like me, you're going to like my kid.
Exactly. And we're going to discuss all that and get all that out of the way before
any of this happen.
Do anything. Yeah.
But some people are so gung-ho about just, like you said, just being married to be married. Then that was like, I deal with it at a later. No. We're going to talk about this now.
Right.
Like, no way. I recently met this guy, and he has 4 kids. One of them has autism. So listen, I really think that he was trying to like see what my head was. First of all, that doesn't bother me.
Right.
My son is grown. And then I've also worked with this type of disability. So nothing's shocking to me. So if you were trying to test me, I passed with flying colors. But then he's one of the rares. He took custody of his 4 kids. So he's letting me know, hey, I'm a dad.
Right.
I'm a dad. Okay, so if I feel like I am wanted to get to know you, I'm going to want to get to your kids.
Right.
And then you as that parent, if I give you any type of inclination that I don't want to be involved in your kid's life, that should be the determining factor that you don't want to fuck with me no more.
Exactly.
Some people still look past it
first. No, especially when you
say that again.
Your kids got to come first.
One more time.
Your kids got to come first, especially when you have a child with special needs. Not even especially, just your kids got to come first.
Period.
That's just off the point. And then if you trying to get to know me, you need to know every little thing about what I got to do my daily. Because if I can't talk to you, you need to understand why. You hear my child cutting up in the background. Don't keep trying to have a conversation with me. You understand I need to be here for my child right this moment. I'll call you back.
Or even not even I'm calling you back. That could be one. Or is there anything that I can do to try to help you?
You need me to come and help? Do you need me to come do something? Do you need a nap?
Right. If you trying to get to know me and make me a better person.
You trying to be in my life? This is it. This is my life right here. So it's just, but I can't expect people. I can't expect people to think how I think.
That's true.
That's just how I think that things should go. I feel like if you talking all this, you want to be here, you want to do this, I feel like you need to jump in.
That's true.
Jump in and do what you say you're gonna do. Because I just can't. So
I mean, that's just, we touched on a lot of stuff that, of course, we definitely needed to.
Yeah.
But of course, I definitely do apologize. I thought that this was going to be on Facebook as well. So because it's on YouTube Live, I can. Oh, you just yawned. She's tired. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for kind of tuning in today. Of course, we definitely this was a good discussion.
This is a good discussion, and hopefully you guys can look back on. I know whoever didn't get to join, hopefully you can look back on it and watch it and make some comments, because this can be an open forum, an open discussion.
True.
No matter what, this can stay open because there's a lot to discuss about the family dynamic. So we really, really appreciate you all joining.
Definitely.
Us today. We're gonna appreciate the comments that come later. Please continue to follow us. Like we said, we have merch coming through.
Thank you so much.
We definitely got the jingle coming up. It's the Big Girl Talk Show. So look for that each and every Sunday. We're gonna be here in the 5 o'clock hour, and we're gonna be talking about everything, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys. We love you as always.
Have a good night. Bye.